Hey, Dad.
Hi, Sarah. I noticed some suspicious charges on your credit card. I wanted to go over them with you to make sure it wasn't fraud.
Okay. I'm kind of busy right now, but I have a second.
Okay, the first charge was for a letter jacket from 1951. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. It was for a 1951 throwback party that my club was having.
Partying like you were born in 1951? That's how your grandmother died.
Yeah, some good stuff was happening that year. Don't worry about it, Dad.
The second one was for a book called The Good Old Days, The Political Landscape of the 20th Century.
Yeah, that one was me too, Dad. I, needed it for a class.
As an art major?
All right, you got me. I wanted to learn more about the time that Grandma lived in.
The third one was for the Communist Manifesto and a USSR flag. I'm assuming that was some sort of politics theme party, and you wanted to go as Russia because you know your grandma was always fascinated by it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dad, that's exactly it. I wanted to honor Grandma. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Solidarity forever, for the Union makes us strong.
I will make you proud, Babushka.
Hello and welcome back to Live from Studio B and a happy early Halloween. I'm Pam Beasley from The Office.
And I am Polish ambassador to the U.S., Piotr Wilczek.
Eliot, we talked about this. You're supposed to be Jim from The Office.
No. Piotr Wilczek is much more recognizable, much more famous. A lot of people know him. It just makes more sense, Mackenzie.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. Yeah. So in addition to Halloween, there's a lot of things happening recently, like the midterm elections and college midterms. Those are affecting both of us right now, and because they are both named midterms, I kind of wanted to see the differences between the two, so we're going to talk about that.
Oh, I was thinking we would do like the similarities between the two.
Oh, we really did not coordinate well this show, huh?
I guess not, but we could probably do like a compare and contrast type of thing.
Oh, okay, that works.
Okay, so this is midterms versus midterms. So first off, both are called midterms.
Really? That's what you came up with? Wow. Well, voting makes you go to the polls, and college midterms make you consider professionally dancing on polls. So.
For the second comparison, both words are spelled M-I-D-T-E-R.
Okay, no. We get it. It's the same word, Eliot. But at least with one, when I cry, I get a sticker. So.
You will try everything in your power to prevent your grandparents from showing up to both.
Yeah. One requires an ID, and the other requires you to be white. Wow. Okay. Yikes.
No one cares about either until it's far too late.
Yeah, that's true. One has a correct answer.
And the other also has a correct answer.
Yeah. And after one, you throw a party to celebrate, and after the other, you throw a party out of office.
Both midterms just end up being an old, smelly white dude deciding your future.
And we're trying to keep the Russians out of the elections, but I would pay a Russian to hack into my exams. I really need that help. Well. And finally, one's a Scantron that always works, and the other is a Scantron that always works in everywhere except for Florida. So, and that has been midterms versus midterms. So speaking of voting, we've kind of noticed that college students have a tendency to not vote. We were really curious about this, so we brought on an expert to tell us a little bit more about why that is.
Please welcome Eric Roxoff.
Hey guys, good to be here. According to my notes, it's because of porn.
Oh, okay.
Okay then.
Well, all right.
All right. So it's the winter time, and during the winter time, we all like to find that special someone to cozy up with.
Yeah, and so we wanted to talk a little bit about the dating scene here at SU and kind of walk you through how Eliot and I think that you should find your significant other this season.
This is How to Date at SU.
Now, the first thing you gotta do is attract your date. And what better way to do that than with a Syracuse-themed pickup line?
You could hit him with something like,
Or, the snow isn't the only thing getting plowed tonight.
"Orange in your pocket? Happy to see me."
Aren't you trying to hit on a girl, Eliot?
Yep. After you get their attention, you'll need a place to go on your first date.
You could take them to the kissing bench, for starters, and then you could handcuff them to the bench to make sure they can never leave you.
Is he still single? Or you could take them on a nice picnic at Thorndon Park. Knife.
The knife is for the bread for the picnic, right?
Yeah, it's definitely for the bread. And if all else fails, have you ever heard of Board Game Club?
Oh, and that's why Eliot's still single. And when you reach the end of your night, you need to seal the deal, right?
Yeah, and you could try that by going in the eyes and saying, "Hey, I'm the host of Live from Studio B."
Does that ever work?
My mom said it works.
Well, if you really want to seal the deal, you could look them in the eyes and say, "Hey, why don't we get under these covers? Because I forgot to pay my heating bill this month."
And finally, bulletproof clincher.
And this at SU.
So speaking of Syracuse University students, we actually have a second expert to talk to us about, because it's Halloween time, why students don't go trick-or-treating. So we're going to welcome our second expert.
Whoa, it's me again. Well, in Syracuse it gets really cold around this time, and it's also because of porn. So.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Great. Well, a little more informative note, here's the national news this week.
New Jersey police have arrested an old man whom they believe to be responsible for habitually dumping dirty diapers in different traffic intersections. On a completely unrelated note, no one has heard from Chris Christie in a few days.
The Museum of the Bible, which is a real thing, found that 5 of the Dead Sea Scrolls it had on display were actually fakes. Just wait until they hear about Jesus' personal copy of Catcher in the Rye.
A Georgia Tech student is suing Senator David Perdue after he was caught on video grabbing the student's cell phone. What's the matter, Senator Perdue? Chicken?
The NYPD has announced it will halt using body cams after one randomly caught fire and exploded while attached to an officer. Hey, don't blame one of the body cams just because of a few bad apples.
Stephen King sold the film rights to one of his stories to a group of students for $1. Clearly, this ain't it, Chief.
Health officials in England have found that many meat substitutes are beginning to exceed maximum salt levels. In other words, British men are pissed that women have replaced them with dildos.
20 people were injured when a down escalator in Rome malfunctioned and crashed at the bottom. Man, Rome just has this thing with falling.
British police are on the hunt for a thief that looks exactly like Friends actor David Schwimmer.
It's crazy.
Really, it is. You know what he said was, "We were on a break in."
A doctor in Tennessee is facing legal action after she allegedly borrowed $300,000 from a longtime patient and then diagnosed her with dementia when she requested payment. Thank God this woman isn't a teacher. Oh, Billy, you brought Twinkies for lunch? Well, now I have Twinkies and you have childhood obesity. Go run laps.
Wow. And our final news topic of the day, the World Series is upon us, and no one really cares, I guess. Viewership for the World Series has gone down immensely, so to tell us why, we brought in a third and final expert to explain.
I feel like you should know this by now. It's pretty boring to watch.
Oh. I am pleasantly surprised with that answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back, everybody.
In the black of night, through blue sky thinking, we thrive in green spaces. Here, we know gray most definitely matters. Even in whiteout conditions, we make things clear and sometimes strike gold. We see the world as it could be. We see the world in color. And at Syracuse University, all we see is orange.
Here at WAER, we're committed to bringing you stories about the Syracuse community. But we know you're busy. You may not always be able to tune into the radio at exactly the right time. So now we're getting you the stories you want, however you want them, whenever you want them. Whether it's through the NPR One app, on our website, or live on air, we're finding new ways to make sure you're getting the quality journalism you deserve. It's never been easier to access reporting you trust and care about.
Whether you're on campus, around town, or across the country, the Daily Orange is your free connection to everything SU and your source for college student perspective on the rest of the city and the world. We produce exclusive original content along with the latest extended coverage on all sports SU. Our free, independent, student-run newspaper is available at over 300 locations in the Syracuse area. The Daily Orange, the independent, student-run newspaper of Syracuse University.
Welcome back, everyone. So this week we sent out a group of our correspondents to test out here at SU. So let's take a look and see what they found.
We all know dining hall food might not be the best.
Yeah, you can say that again.
So what are we doing today?
We're making you guys guess what dining hall food this food came from.
Okay. Sounds kind of stupid, but...
Joe, you're forgetting about our target demographic.
Oh, right. Yes, sis! We out here spilling tea and eating food, and yes, slay!
All right, fries.
Oh my god, I love these things.
If my tongue is not to be mistaken, I do believe I detect a hint of paprika. And when one thinks of Pepper's red-headed cousin, they often think of Brockway Dining Hall. So, as my friends like to say on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the Queen's Edition, Brockway, final answer.
These fries taste like salty cardboard, so they're definitely from a Syracuse dining hall.
Yeah, totally. They're from Shaw.
Actually from Graham.
I knew it was a Keith's dining hall.
They're like the CW show Riverdale. I should stop. But I can't, which is hashtag epic. Yum. They're from Sadler.
From Graham. that positively run-down grill dispensary. Absolute buffoonery.
This burger feels like The Fault in Our Stars because my mouth hole is literally dying right now. I love it.
Oh my god, who made this burger? It's disgusting.
I need water.
Actually, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not a good burger, but it's not a bad burger. I've definitely had better. Actually, this is pretty disgusting. It's so dry.
Charcoal hints. Doughy potato bun takes me back to my summertime days in Essex and my winters in Wessex. Quite elegant, majestic, and only the grills in Sadler have the firepower to produce such flavor.
It's from Brockway.
Lunacy, deception, Alexa, more synonyms for lies.
OMG, Brockway, yes. I have a transracial, demisexual, Inuit, Buddhist friend that lives there.
Ew, no, way too much lemon. You do not want this.
Ah, lemonade, the thirst quencher for carnival goers and hungover college students alike. The absolute creme de crop of citrus-based beverages. Yup, that is definitely dining hall lemonade. As any good Syracuse alum will let you know, there's many different types of lemonade. Water-heavy lemonade, slightly salty lemonade, but this lemonade attacks the taste buds with an absolute prowess of lemon that only Brockway could execute. This, my friends, is Brockway's finest lemon ale.
It's from Sadler.
Okay, lemonade is such a woke beverage. Okay, woke beverage? What the hell does that even mean? Let me see my wife. It's been 6 weeks. Somebody call 911. They won't let me leave.
So what'd you learn today?
I learned that before coming here, it's probably wiser to lick an iron so I won't have to taste the food they're serving us today. What about you, Mark? Come on, you goon. He's always so dramatic.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much to our correspondents for going out and testing some dining hall food, and we're sorry that a couple people got hurt in the process. Now we're going to throw out a commercial, but when we come back, we're going to talk to some people from Otto Thon, so we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everyone. Here with us, we have Matt Wittick and Danny Higgins, who are two members of Otto Thon. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So happy to have you here. And we understand that you guys have a clip from the Otto Thon event, so let's take a look at that. Yeah, so can you guys give us a little bit overview on what Otto Thon is?
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So to start off, basically this is the 5th year of Otto Thon. So this is also the first year that no one from the original board is here. So we're kind of on our own and in different territory, but at the same time, very, very ready for this Saturday. So some of the general logistics, just to get out of the way, the event, like I said, is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We would love to see everyone there dancing for those 12 hours. It's an absolutely fantastic event. The Miracle Kids will be there. You get free food. Chick-fil-A?
Possibly. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
That was just a selling point. Yeah.
And then in general, to be able to get into that event, dancers raise $100, which I know sounds like daunting at first, but truly when you think about then we're requesting your friends, asking family for small donations, $100 comes in really quick. And it's so worth it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So again, 12-hour dance marathon, right?
Yeah.
And how many years have you guys participated?
So I started my freshman year, so this as just a dancer, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I knew that all of the money goes to Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital, which is just 5 minutes right off campus. But I just kind of strolled in, like ready to bust some moves, and was just completely blown away by the movement that came. So I joined the morale committee the next year, and then I've been on e-board for the last 2 years. So this is my 4th and final one.
What do you guys feel like is like your strongest hour of dance? Like 1 through 12.
Oh God.
Rank them.
Yeah, definitely like 4, because you've had like a chance to warm up. You've gotten out the kinks, like the awkwardness. Now you just like you've lost all inhibitions. You don't care what you look like, and you're also not necessarily tuckered out yet.
It's like being tipsy but not totally drunk yet.
Exactly.
Right?
There's a metaphor. Matt, you seem to disagree. What's your strongest hour?
So to be fair, Danny's more of the expert at this. This is my 2nd year of Otto Thon. Last year was my 1st year just as not individual dancer, but my 1st year as a general dancer. So I would take Danny's word over mine. But I personally think that one of the best hours is like going into the 12th hour, because at that point, like, you smell horrible. Everyone does.
That sounds amazing.
You're like buzz/crashing off of caffeine. You're looking for that somewhere to lay down, somewhere to actually sit down, but there's no sitting. You're standing for that 12 hours for the kids. But it really shows, like, if you've been there since the 1st hour and you're there going into that final 12, like, you got this.
Yeah. Wow. That's
okay,
really
so
awesome.
I'm curious, what's been like your guys' both of your favorite moments from the event so far? Like for all the years you've been involved?
Definitely. Last year was my 1st year on eBoard, as I said, and the executive board at the end of the event gets to hold up the numbers of the total number fundraised throughout the semester, the year, and culminating the day of the event. So our goal last year was 144,000, and we got 156. So just being able to hold up that sign, and like confetti came, and just the crowd, everyone was going nuts. Just being able to see the impacts that we made, like in physical form, was incredible. We all broke down crying. We're hugging each other on stage. So that was probably my favorite moment.
Do you think the first year they started with like 4 e-board members and they realized that they were going to reach the 10,000s and they needed another one real quick, so they had to get like another
something like that. Well, on that note though, this year's goal is $200,000.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So
have you guys ever hit that before?
No, as Danny said, 156 was last year's, and that's the most we've raised. So we definitely are trying to make a little bit of a jump, but we have no doubt that it can be reached with help across campus. So really, we need everyone's help, whether it's Greek orgs or sports or just general organizations. Like everyone can play a role in this, and it's such an easy and fun thing to do.
Yeah. So do you guys know the total right now? Are you allowed to tell?
No,
don't.
That's okay. You can whisper it, Tess. Like, here, you can whisper.
Yeah, we're hoping. We're like our like director, the head honcho knows, but he's been hinting at us like how we've been doing, but we don't have a core number, so we'll be just as shocked the moment that we hold the number too. So we're excited to see.
Can you give us your best shocked face? Love that.
We have one more last question for you guys. What's each of your favorite dance moves?
Take it away.
Oh God, see, I've been trying to practice like the shoot dance. I asked them
like
not
the
to.
Fortnite thing?
Yeah, so I asked them not to put it in there because we're also both orientation leaders, and for the Slice is Right, my co-host for that was like, we need to memorize this. You need to learn how to do it. We're going to come out and do it in sync. And she tried to teach me for like 2 hours straight, and I could not get it in sync. So when like the morale committee was trying to make the dance, I was like, hey, like just do me a favor, like don't put that in it. And then like 2 weeks ago, they were like, hey, so guess what dance move is in it? Like, I hope you're practicing in the mirror.
Wow.
Well, you'll have 12 hours to practice, right?
Oh,
so by the end of it, you should be an expert.
Exactly.
And I just have really long limbs, so I just kind of flow them around and see what happens. It's not, our tagline is even bad dancing saves lives. So you don't have to be a good dancer, dude, to pull through it out of fun.
I love that.
Very true.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so we have a game for you guys.
Yeah, so we know that Otto Thon is in association with the Children's Miracle Network. So we're going to play Do You Believe in Miracles? That's the headline of our game. Basically, we are going to read some news headlines and ask if you believe they are true or not. There's some pretty miracle headlines in here. Do you want to start it off, Eliot?
Yeah, all right. So the first one, Nebraska's message for tourists, it's not for everyone.
Oh my God. That's awesome. I've never been to Nebraska.
Neither have I.
Not for everyone.
Well,
It can't be. Nowhere is. I say false.
I say true.
I feel like somewhere like Nebraska is like really like proud of who they are. So I don't know if they would. I don't know. Up to you though.
But they got like corn, right?
Unfortunately, you've overestimated Nebraska's
Nebraska,
self-confidence,
that is correct.
as many
It is
people
real.
have in the past. It's actually a real. It's
real
it's their
headline.
real tourism slogan.
It's like reverse psychology. Trying to,
Now I want to go.
They're like, why is it not for everybody? Maybe it's for me.
Smart.
I'm one of the few.
Yeah. All right, so we got one more for you. Police confiscated a 19-year-old Rhode Island boy's fake ID that used a picture of Robert De Niro.
Oh my God. I say true. You never know.
working at one of the bars, that's so realistic, honestly. That's so realistic.
Really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one's false.
Oh,
But that
really?
does give the
For two.
idea for any 19-year-old Rhode Islanders out there that want to make this a real headline.
And try to DJ.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. What? Thank you guys for so much for coming on our show.
It's your show now. It's your show now.
Well, I was going to say, I want to give you guys the floor. Last minute plug for Otto Thon and get all these people to sign up right now. So last final words?
Yeah, so I guess from my perspective, I mean, having done this last year for the first time, I went into it with the mentality of I'll probably be there for 2 hours. I'll probably dip out. I have other things to do. And there was just something about the event when I got into it and started dancing, and like neither of us are fantastic dancers, let alone like good dancers. But there was just something about being in the event that just like resonated. And I think that's really important that for anyone who's still like thinking about it, maybe not, go. It really truly is for everyone.
Otto Thon's for everyone.
Exactly.
Not like Nebraska. Otto Thon's for everyone. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank
you.
Yeah, of course. So that wraps up our show live from Studio B this week.
But before we go, we just have one quick message. So, as I'm sure you guys might know, we are actually going to have a show on November 11th for everybody. So we want you all to tune in next week, not next week, but the week after, for our November 11th show.
Bye, everyone. That was so good with Nebraska.
Lemonade. The thirst quencher for carnival goers and hungover Cornish students. What?